Have you ever felt like a ghost ship? A vessel launched with so much hope, a grand destination in mind, only to be found years later, adrift and empty. The sails are tattered. The hull is covered in the barnacles of time. No one is at the helm. This is what it can feel like when we look at the projects we've abandoned. We see a fleet of our own ghost ships, bobbing silently in the harbor of our minds. Each one represents a dream we set sail with, a promise we made to ourselves. And now they just float there, a constant, quiet reminder of a journey we never completed, a destination we never reached. It's a heavy feeling, isn't it? The weight of these unfinished voyages can be immense. It's a quiet kind of shame, one that whispers to us in the dead of night. It tells us we are flaky. It says we are undisciplined. It convinces us that we lack the grit to see things through. We look at the evidence, the half-written novel, the business plan gathering dust, the language app unopened for months, and we find ourselves guilty as charged. Let's take a walk through your home. For many of us, it's not just a living space, it's a museum of good intentions. Over in the corner sits a beautiful guitar. Its strings are slack. A thin layer of dust rests on the polished wood. It hums with the memory of the first few chords you learned. It holds the dream of playing your favorite songs by a campfire. Then there's the stack of journals. Their pages are crisp and mostly empty. A few enthusiastic entries from the first week of January remain. They represent a promise to be more mindful. They represent a promise to document your life, a promise that now feels like a quiet accusation, a collection of artifacts from past versions of ourselves. And what about those running shoes tucked in the back of the closet? They are still so clean, the soles barely scuffed. They hold the echo of a commitment to get fit, to run a 5K, to feel the morning air in your lungs. Alongside them, a yoga mat, still tightly rolled, or a set of paintbrushes, still stiff with factory sizing. Each object is a physical manifestation of a desire, a spark of inspiration. They are not monuments to your failure. There is a profound difference between pausing and quitting, yet we so often confuse the two. Quitting is a conscious, definitive decision to end something forever. It's packing up the ship, dismantling the mast, and walking away with finality. Pausing, on the other hand, is simply dropping anchor. It's a recognition that the winds have changed, the crew is tired, the map needs to be redrawn. Life happens. We get busy, we get overwhelmed. Our priorities shift, a global pandemic hits. We are not machines that can operate at peak performance indefinitely. We are human beings who need rest, who get sick, who have to care for others. To pause is an act of self-compassion. It's acknowledging your own limits without judgment. The anchor can always be lifted. Imagine walking into a room where one wall is half-painted. A bold, beautiful color covers one side, but it stops abruptly in the middle, leaving the other half a stark, primed white. The paint can is on the floor, the roller resting in the tray. What is your first thought? Do you think, what a failure? They couldn't even finish painting one wall? Or do you see the intention? Do you see the choice of color, the care taken with the edges, the clear vision for how beautiful the room is going to be? The half-painted wall is not a symbol of defeat. It is a declaration of intent. It's proof that someone started. Beginning something is, in many ways, the hardest part. It requires overcoming inertia, fear, self-doubt. The act of buying the paint, laying down the drop cloths, applying that first roller stroke is a victory in itself. It's a commitment made visible. The real courage is not in starting over, but in picking up the roller and starting from that jagged, uneven line in the middle of the wall. You are not a failure. You are not broken. You are a half-finished masterpiece. Like a sculpture that is still emerging from a block of marble, you are a work in progress. The parts of you that feel incomplete, the goals that feel abandoned, they are not flaws. They are simply the uncarved parts of the stone. The artist hasn't walked away from the project. She has just been working on a different section for a while. Every experience, every attempt, every pause, every restart. It all adds texture and depth to the final creation. You are becoming, and the process of becoming is, by its very nature, unfinished. Embrace the idea that you are not a finished product. The pressure to be complete, to have it all figured out, is an impossible standard. The most interesting people are the ones who are still curious, still learning, still evolving. They are the ones with half-painted walls and dusty guitars, because they are brave enough to keep trying new things, even if they don't master them all. And that makes you a masterpiece in the making.